Picture this. You pour your heart into someone, giving them your time, your energy, your everything, only to watch them pull away, leaving you questioning your worth. Their silence stings, their absence burns, and yet you keep chasing, hoping one text, one call, one gesture will bring them back. Sound familiar? What if I told you that the key to making them miss you isn't in what you say or do, but in what you don't? Welcome to a game changer, a journey into stoic tactics that wield silence as a weapon and confidence as your shield. This isn't about petty tricks or fleeting revenge. It's about reclaiming your power, standing tall, and becoming so unshakable that they can't help but feel the void you leave behind. Let's start with a truth. People don't value what's always there. Think of a coffee shop you pass every day. It's comforting, reliable, but you barely notice it. Until one day, it's gone. Suddenly you crave that familiar warmth, that scent of fresh brew. That's the power of absence, and it's a principle the Stoics mastered centuries ago. Seneca once wrote, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." When you go silent, you stop feeding their ego and let their mind do the work. They'll wonder, where did they go? Have I lost them? Your absence becomes their mirror, reflecting what they took for granted. Now imagine this. A friend of mine, Alex, spent months chasing someone who kept him at arm's length. He texted, called, planned dates, only to get half-hearted replies. Exhausted, he turned to stoicism. Epictetus's words struck him. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Alex stopped chasing. He focused on himself, his gym routine, his career, his peace. Weeks later, the same person who ignored him was texting, calling, desperate to reconnect. Why? Because his silence spoke louder than his words ever could. This video will unveil 3 stoic tactics to make them miss you without uttering a sound. You'll learn how to harness purposeful silence, transform yourself in the shadows, and stay unshaken when they come crawling back. Drop a comment below with "I am my own strength" to declare you're ready to take control. Hit that like button, subscribe, and let's dive into a transformation that will leave them haunted by the person you've become. Tactic 1. Purposeful silence, the art of absence that speaks louder than words. Imagine a room filled with noise, chatter, laughter, the hum of life. Now picture one person stepping out, leaving behind a stillness that's impossible to ignore. That's the power of purposeful silence. This isn't about sulking or playing hard to get. It's about choosing to withdraw your presence with intention, letting the void you create speak volumes. When you stop chasing, stop explaining, stop filling the space between you and someone who takes you for granted, you force them to confront the emptiness of a world without you. In this first Stoic tactic, we'll explore how purposeful silence rewires their perception, amplifies your value, and sets the stage for unshakable confidence. Let's break it down. Silence is not absence of action. It's a deliberate act of strength. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." When you choose silence, you're not reacting to their indifference or begging for their attention. You're reclaiming control over your emotions, your energy, and your worth. Think of it like a river pulling back before a flood. The retreat isn't weakness, it's the prelude to a force they can't ignore. By stepping away, you create a vacuum that their mind can't help but fill with questions. Why aren't they reaching out? Have they moved on? Did I underestimate them? This is where the magic happens. Silence plants seeds of doubt, and doubt is the spark that ignites their longing. Consider Sarah, a woman I know who spent years being the reliable friend in a one-sided relationship. She was always there, texting first, planning meetups, offering support, while her friend, Emma, gave crumbs in return. Sarah felt invisible, drained by Emma's casual dismissal. One day, fed up, she read Epictetus. There is only one way to happiness, and that is to cease worrying about things which are beyond the power of our will. Inspired, Sarah stopped initiating. No texts, no calls, no check-ins. At first, Emma didn't notice. She was used to Sarah's constant presence, but after a week, the silence hit. Emma started texting, asking, "Hey, you okay?" When Sarah responded politely but distantly, Emma's messages grew more frequent, more desperate. Why? Because Sarah's silence forced Emma to feel the weight of her absence. Sarah wasn't playing games, she was choosing herself. Here's why purposeful silence works. It disrupts their expectations. People grow comfortable when you're always available. They assume you'll always be there, ready to fill their voids or stroke their ego. But when you withdraw, you shatter that illusion. Seneca reminds us, we are more often frightened than hurt, and we suffer more from imagination than from reality. Your silence becomes their mirror, reflecting the reality they've avoided. They took you for granted. At first, they might brush it off, thinking you're just busy or upset. But as days turn into weeks, the quiet grows louder. They check their phone, expecting your name to light up the screen. They scroll through your social media, searching for clues. The absence of your voice, your energy, your presence, it haunts them in ways words never could. But let's be clear, purposeful silence isn't about punishment or manipulation. It's about redirecting your energy inward. When you stop pouring yourself into someone who doesn't value you, you free up space to grow, to heal, to become. This is where the Stoic principle of focus comes in. Epictetus taught, you become what you give your attention to. Instead of giving your attention to someone who overlooks you, give it to yourself. Start that project you've been putting off. Hit the gym. Read that book. Every moment you invest in yourself during this silence strengthens your core, building a confidence that radiates without words. The irony? The stronger you become, the more they'll feel your absence. Not because you're trying to make them miss you, but because you've stopped needing them to feel whole. Now, a word of caution. Silence is powerful, but it's not easy. Your heart might scream to send that text, to check their story, to break the quiet just to feel something. Resist. Purposeful silence requires discipline. It's not about ignoring them out of spite. It's about choosing peace over chaos. When the urge to reach out hits, pause, ask yourself, am I acting from strength or from fear? If it's fear, fear of losing them, fear of being forgotten, remind yourself of Marcus Aurelius's wisdom. If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it, and this you have the power to revoke at any moment. Your silence is your power, not their validation. So, how do you start? Simple. Stop initiating. If you're always the one texting first, planning or chasing, hit pause. Don't announce it, don't explain. Just step back. If they reach out, respond, politely but briefly. Show you're not bitter, but you're not available either. Let them feel the shift. And while you're silent, focus on you. Journal your thoughts. Set a goal. Build something that makes you proud. The goal isn't to make them miss you, it's to make yourself so whole that their absence becomes irrelevant. When they do notice, when they start chasing, you'll be too busy thriving to care. Drop a comment below with, "My silence is my strength," to commit to this tactic. Purposeful silence isn't just a strategy, it's a declaration that you are enough. Stay with us for the next two tactics. because this is just the beginning of your transformation. Hit that like button, subscribe, and let's keep building the unshakable you. Tactic 2. Silent self-improvement. Becoming your best self in silence. Picture yourself stepping away from the noise of chasing someone who doesn't see your worth. Instead of dwelling on their absence, you turn inward, pouring your energy into sculpting a stronger, wiser, more vibrant version of yourself. You're lifting weights at dawn, mastering a new skill in the quiet of your evenings, or finding peace through meditation under the stars. All of this happens without a single post, text, or boast. This is silent self-improvement, the second Stoic tactic that transforms you into a magnet of confidence and makes your absence impossible to ignore. Silent self-improvement is about dedicating yourself to growth for your own sake, not to win someone's approval. It's the quiet commitment to becoming the person you've always wanted to be, physically, mentally, emotionally. The beauty of this tactic lies in its paradox. By focusing solely on yourself, you create a ripple effect that others can't help but feel. When you stop seeking validation and start building your own value, you radiate a confidence that draws people in, especially those who once overlooked you. This isn't about showing off. It's about showing up for yourself, day after day, in the stillness of your own resolve. Let's ground this in Stoic wisdom. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." This is the heart of silent self-improvement. Stop talking about who you want to be and start becoming that person through action. Every step you take, whether it's running an extra mile, learning a new language, or practicing patience, is a brick in the foundation of your unshakable confidence. Seneca adds another layer, saying, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." When you redirect the time and energy you once spent chasing others into building yourself, you're reclaiming your life's most precious resource. Let me share a story about Jamie, a young woman who felt invisible in her relationship. Her partner, Tom, was emotionally distant, rarely acknowledging her efforts to keep their connection alive. Heartbroken but determined, Jamie stumbled upon Epictetus's teaching. First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. She decided to focus on what she could control, herself. Jamie started a fitness journey, waking up early to jog and lift weights. She enrolled in an online course to boost her career skills and began journaling to nurture her emotional resilience. She didn't post about her progress on social media or tell Tom about her changes. She simply lived them. Months later, Jamie was unrecognizable, not just in her toned physique, but in her radiant confidence. She carried herself with a quiet strength that turned heads. Tom, who had barely noticed her before, started reaching out, asking to meet, curious about the woman she'd become. Jamie's transformation wasn't about making Tom miss her. It was about becoming someone she was proud of. Yet her silent self-improvement spoke louder than any words, making Tom realize what he'd lost. Why does this tactic work? When you improve yourself quietly, you shift the dynamic. People who took you for granted expect you to stay the same, always available, always predictable. But when you evolve without fanfare, you disrupt their assumptions. They see your confidence, your focus, your joy, and they wonder, what's changed? Why are they so different? Your growth becomes a mirror, reflecting their failure to appreciate you. And because you're not broadcasting your progress, their curiosity grows. They can't help but miss the person you were and crave the person you've become. Here's how to put silent self-improvement into action. First, identify 1 or 2 areas where you want to grow. Maybe it's your physical health, your knowledge, or your emotional strength. Be specific. Instead of, "I want to get fit," aim for, "I'll exercise 3 times a week." Second, Set clear, achievable goals. Write them down and break them into small steps, like reading 10 pages a day or meditating for 5 minutes each morning. Third, commit to consistency. Progress doesn't happen overnight, but every small action compounds over time. Fourth, keep it private. Resist the urge to share your journey with the person you're distancing yourself from. Let your results speak for themselves. Finally, reflect regularly. Check in with yourself weekly to celebrate wins and adjust your plan. A word of caution: this tactic requires patience. The urge to flaunt your progress or seek validation can be strong, especially in a world obsessed with likes and followers. But Stoicism teaches us to find reward in the process, not in external praise. Epictetus reminds us, you become what you give your attention to. By giving your attention to your growth, you're building a version of yourself that's untouchable. If doubts creep in, return to Marcus Aurelius's wisdom. If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it. And this you have the power to revoke at any moment. Your power lies in your commitment to yourself, not in their reaction. This tactic isn't just about making someone miss you, it's about making yourself whole. When you invest in your growth, you stop needing others to define your worth. You become a lighthouse, steady and bright, not a wave tossed by someone else's whims. And when they notice your light, when they reach out, you'll be too focused on your own path to be swayed by their fleeting attention. I challenge you to start today. Pick one area to improve and take that first step. Drop a comment below with "I am committed to my growth" to declare your resolve. Hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell to stay with us for Tactic 3, where we'll uncover how to stay unshakable when they try to pull you back. Your journey to unshakable confidence is just beginning. Keep building the incredible person you're meant to be. Tactic 3. The Stoic Gatekeeper, controlling access to your life. Imagine this. After weeks or months of purposeful silence and dedicated self-improvement, your phone buzzes with a message from them. The person who once overlooked your worth is now reaching out, maybe with a tentative, "Hey, how's it going?" or a bold, "I've been thinking about you." Your pulse quickens, memories flooding back. But hold on, this is the moment for the third Stoic tactic, the Stoic Gatekeeper. This tactic empowers you to control who enters your life and on what terms, ensuring your unshakable confidence remains intact. Epictetus taught us, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Their message is beyond your control, but your response is your domain. The Stoic Gatekeeper wields this power with clarity and self-respect, choosing reason over emotion. You're no longer swayed by fleeting feelings. You're the guardian of your peace, deciding who deserves a place in your world. So, how do you become the Stoic Gatekeeper? Let's break it down. First, pause before responding. Resist the urge to reply instantly. This pause isn't about playing games. It's about giving yourself space to align your actions with your values. Ask yourself, what do I want from this? Does reconnecting serve my growth? A few hours or even a day of reflection can make all the difference. As Marcus Aurelius reminds us, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. Your strength lies in this deliberate choice. Second, when you respond, keep it polite, but neutral. A simple, "I'm doing great, thanks, how about you?" sets the tone. You're approachable, but not desperate. This response signals that you've moved forward, that your world no longer revolves around them. It's a subtle yet powerful way to maintain your dignity. Third, observe their intentions. Are they genuinely seeking to reconnect, or are they just curious, bored, or seeking validation? Watch their actions, not just their words. Do they acknowledge past mistakes? Are they consistent in their efforts? Seneca offers guidance here. Associate with people who are likely to improve you. If their outreach feels shallow or self-serving, they may not deserve access to the person you've become. Fourth, set clear boundaries. If you choose to engage, make your expectations known. You might say, "I'm open to talking, but I need honesty and respect moving forward." Boundaries aren't walls. They're gates that open only to those who honor your worth. By setting them, you protect your peace and ensure any relationship is built on mutual respect. Finally, be ready to walk away if needed. If their behavior shows they haven't changed, if they dodge accountability or disrespect your boundaries, have the courage to maintain your distance. This isn't easy, especially when emotions tug at you. But, as Epictetus said, you become what you give your attention to. By choosing to focus on your well-being, you reinforce your confidence and self-worth. Let's look at a real-life example. Consider Lind, who spent years in a friendship where her efforts were rarely reciprocated. After embracing purposeful silence and focusing on her career and fitness, Lind felt stronger than ever. When her friend Min reached out with a warm, "I've missed you," Lind didn't rush to reconnect. She waited a day, then responded calmly, "Good to hear from you. I've been busy. How's life?" As they talked, Lind noticed Min was still flaky, cancelling plans and offering excuses. Instead of slipping back into old patterns, Lind set a boundary. "I'd love to catch up, but I need reliability." When Min didn't follow through, Lind chose to let the friendship fade, focusing instead on relationships that uplifted her. Lind's decision wasn't about punishment. It was about guarding her peace. Being the Stoic gatekeeper is about recognizing your worth and acting as the guardian of your life. It's not about shutting people out, but about choosing who enhances your journey. When they reach out, you hold the key. You decide whether to open the gate and under what conditions. This power reflects the confidence you've built through Stoic practices. But here's a challenge. Staying calm isn't always easy. Old feelings might tempt you to lower your standards or ignore red flags. When that happens, return to Marcus Aurelius's wisdom. If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it. And this you have the power to revoke at any moment. Your peace is yours to protect. Don't let their words or actions steal it. To start, try this. The next time they contact you, take at least an hour before replying. Use that time to journal your thoughts or talk to a trusted friend. Then craft a response that's kind but firm. Watch how they proceed and let their actions guide your next steps. You're not just responding, you're shaping the terms of your life. Drop a comment below with "I am the gatekeeper of my life" to commit to this tactic. Hit that like button, subscribe and ring the bell for more Stoic wisdom. Your journey to unshakable confidence is in your hands. Guard it with strength and clarity. As we close this transformative journey through Stoic tactics for making them miss you without saying a word, let's pause to reflect on the wisdom we've uncovered. We began with purposeful silence, a powerful choice to step back and let your absence speak louder than words ever could. This isn't about games, it's about reclaiming your strength and showing the world your worth through quiet resolve. Then, we explored silent self-improvement, pouring your energy into becoming the best version of yourself, not for applause, but for your own fulfillment. Your growth becomes a beacon, drawing others to the light you've cultivated within. Finally, we embrace the role of the Stoic gatekeeper, guarding your peace by choosing who enters your life and on what terms, ensuring every connection honors your value. These tactics, rooted in Stoic philosophy, are more than strategies to influence others. They are a blueprint for building unshakable confidence. As Epictetus taught, first say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. This journey is about defining who you are and living that truth with unwavering commitment. Whether it's the silence that shifts their perspective, the growth that radiates your strength, or the boundaries that protect your peace, you are crafting a life where you are the prize. Consider Maya, a woman who felt unseen in a relationship that drained her spirit. Inspired by Stoicism, she embraced these tactics. She went silent, focused on her career and well-being, and set firm boundaries when her ex reached out. Today, Maya stands taller, not because he misses her, but because she discovered her own strength. Her story reminds us the greatest victory is becoming someone you're proud of. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." Choose thoughts that empower you, actions that elevate you, and a path that leads to your highest self. Start today, embrace these Stoic principles, and watch your confidence soar. Drop a comment below with "I am unshakable" to declare your commitment to this path. Hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell to join our community of growth. Your journey to unshakable confidence begins now. Step boldly into the life you deserve.